welcome back everyone, welcome back to another week, another edition of the the KungFu Cup, KungFu Cup Winter number 7. I'm of course your Sly VIP, and with me I'm joined by the lovely people in the chat, by my plushies, and by the people in this amazing game as well, because we are loading to our first series already, exclamation mark B in the chat if you guys wish to have a look at the bracket. If you have not heard of this tournament before, this is KFC. Welcome. Hope you are eating your your weekly dose of fried chicken, because tonight we have an open tournament that is open to all regions, but with a massive prize pool. So you get the best of the best from South Korea, the best from Europe, the best from the Americas as well. They all come together for this one big tournament every single week. And here we go, spawning in the top right hand corner of our Cyan. We have the Chinese Protoss player representing the Starving Camels SSLT. It is Cyan. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player representing Mystery Gaming. It is Bunny. Here we go. Did you play? Oh, no, sorry. Cyan playing Protoss. Not random, just a little bug in the UI there. But yes, we are here with our TvP, and again, I do recommend checking out the bracket yourselves, because we have a lot. We have a lot of events going on at the a lot of matches going on at the moment, a lot worth checking out. We have plenty of English coverage as well. We have ourselves, we have Wardy, we have Steadfast, and I believe that's it. I believe there are currently three English streams that maybe will be joined by Harstem or Rotterdam. They have joined us in the past. We'll see if they do so again. As for now, Bunny is going for the patented eBay block. Very popular in recent days. We've actually been seeing a lot of these just lead into a win recently. Over the past like 3 or 4 days of StarCraft, it's just been so trendy in TvP to go for the eBay block. For those wondering, because there's so much progression on this eBay already, we are going to be forcing the unnatural natural. But Cyan, does he care? Because he's going for a proxy, going for a proxy across the map. We could even try to go for a ninja base as well. I'm curious, as we're waiting for the Cybercore to finish up. The pylon is finishing as well. SCV is coming in for a scout and should recognize that the second pylon is missing in the main. Second pylon is not where it should be, so a little bit suspect here. As the Cybercore is done, and we should be throwing down a Stargate. There we go, proxy Stargate. Now this is not all in. This isn't a big commitment. It's just a way to be aggressive across the map. We should be expanding behind this, but the SCV has found that the minerals have been mined out. A big tell that, of course, there is a proxy on this side of the map, and oh my, he wanted the gold. Oh my god. Wait, are we going for the other gold base instead? Cyan, Papi. Reaper is on the hunt, is looking for where that proxy could be. Again, we know that it's somewhere here, and we are going for the gold. It's amazing. It's beautiful. Vamonos, Papi, vamonos. Now, of course, the Reaper is going to be checking the standard location. This right here is where the proxy should be. So we're making a beeline, but no, we do check the gold base first. We come across the Stargate as well as the Nexus. We are aware, we know. And now Bunny can start getting ready here back at home. Of course, has his Cyclone on the way. Cyclone shoots up, it shoots down. We have the Adept here in the mineral line as well. Going to try and delay the CC. One more shot is not going to go off, and it looks like the CC is about to finish up just barely in time. Meanwhile, across the map, Oracle does come out and will not ignore the Reaper. Will shut it down. SCV on the way, Oracle coming in as well. The Cyclone is still a couple of seconds away from finishing. Still a ways off, but it looks like it will come out in time. Oof. Adept goes down. Oracle so far has done nothing, and we are taking up even further. We have additional Oracles on the way, but we also have a Twilight Council, a couple of gateways here. This could be for Blink, this could be for Charge. SCV comes in for a scout, does confirm the gateways as well as the Twilight Council. Recall over towards the gold, and in come those 2 Oracles again. 2 are greater than 1. They can one-shot workers. We have a couple of additional Cyclones on the way though. And how many workers can we get? Oh, we get the Mule. We only get the Mule, and we take a lot of hits to the face. 1 Oracle almost goes down at the same time, and no damage done here to the natural. We're just hyper-fixated here on that gold-based mineral, on the gold-based mining. There it is, additional gateways on the way. That's going to be, I believe, 4 gates in total, 3 gateways at home, 1 gateway across the map, and Blink is on the way, so 4-gate blink, essentially a 2-base all-in coming in from Cyan. And Bunny, he is aware of this. I mean, he scattered across the map, he saw the tech, he saw the gateways, and he is already here. There is a shield battery. One Oracle goes down already. A big blunder there for Cyan. There's just too much DPS here with the Cyclones, with the Marines as well. Shield battery is doing what it can, and we do have an overcharge available. And we will force that overcharge. This is going to have to be respected. 4 probes did go down. Additional Stalkers are on the way. Do have a 3rd Cyclone coming in as well. And Bunny, he's going to try and DPS through that overcharge. Oh, we'll be losing one of his Cyclones. Lose the Cyclone. The boys, they're being pulled. Every single worker going to be going down. We do have a couple remaining as we are finally getting on top of those Stalkers. Oracle comes in as well, and Cyan, he will hold, but at a price. He loses 9 workers in the process. Liberator is coming in as well. These Cyclones are very low. I think we need to calm. Yeah, we need to calm down. We need to back off for a moment, repair, stock up, and damage was done. Cyan, he's taken quite a blow to his economy. He's going to be main-arding across the map. eBay is still in position. Just making sure that no additional expansion is taken. And Cyan going to try and force his way in. He does have Blink. He can go into the main. He can go straight into the main base. He can avoid that bunker. And Bunny is woefully underprepared. He's not ready for this. Marines are going to be going down. Rax is denied. Boys have to be pulled. And we just dive on top of the Cyclones one after another. They are going to be going down. The Marines as well. The SCVs, they do get us around, but we dive on top of the Marines once again. The Oracle is going ham. The boys are being pulled. So much damage is being done at the same time, though. We have a Liberator across the map getting 8 probes. An even amount of damage. A tank does arrive. We are down to 3, down to 2 Stalkers. We have to back off, reinforce, and Cyan, he's going for another gold. Take them both. Why the hell not? Let's go, Papi. Let's go. Bunny, he's slowly securing himself. He has 1 tank so far. If I'm not mistaken. He does have 1 tank here in the main. Now a 2nd tank to cover the natural. He's building up his forces now with 2 Raxes, soon to be 3. An extra bunker is on the way. He is fortifying himself quite hard. But Cyan is free to take a 2nd gold, so he doesn't have to push in. But he will. Workers are prematurely pulled, so damage is being done already. But we're going straight for the tank. A bit of a misclick, but we do go for it, and we will barely snipe that tank. For 1 Stalker, for 2 Stalkers. 4 Stalkers even. So what's important is that basically Cyan, he isn't looking to kill. He isn't looking to kill his opponent. He's looking to reset the tank count, though. If he resets the tank count, that is going to delay a push, and that means that Cyan can then saturate this gold base. That is the goal. As he rotates around, dips into the main, but there's another tank waiting for him. We can go right for it. Yeah, we ignore the bunker. We go straight for the tank as well. Oh, we're going to be bleeding out some extra Stalkers, though. So an expensive trade here for Cyan. But he will barely keep 5 of these Stalkers alive. Yeah, we're still on 2 tanks. We have a 3rd tank on the way. Drop is moving out unscouted. Now, this does mean that this ground army is more vulnerable, or this position is more vulnerable. You can see the Cyan, he wants that tank. They get a depot. Back at home, what do we have? We don't have a shield battery. We do have a warp in available soon. We did just warp in. Stim is done. +1 as well, so Cyan is going to be going right for that mineral line. He may force a there's no recall available. Dark Shrine is on the way. I like the Dark Shrine. Bunny, he's stuck on 2 orbitals, so he has very limited energy, very limited scans. Warp in is not going to be good enough. The Zealots, they get targeted down 1 after the other. Pylon, no! Not like this! Pylon is going to be going down and depowering everything, and that means we can't warp in. We can warp in 1 unit at a time. We have 1 gateway powered. And now 2. Now 3 as we're going for another Pylon. Okay, it looks like Cyan is going to be able to hold. Going to be able to clean this up. At the same time, the main army pushing towards the gold base. Cyan is caught in a really awkward position. He needs to retreat back to his shield batteries, back to the overcharge. Yeah, Stalkers are going down. We're down to 4 Stalkers remaining. We need to repower these gateways. Tanks are getting within range. We have a charge kicking in. We're going to get on top of 1, on top of 2 tanks. Big pickoffs. 14 probes go down. Overcharge is popped. Oh god, and dealing with these Marines is difficult enough, let alone the tank as well. But it looks like we do have enough. We get the final tank. Final tank goes down at the same time. Probes have been falling. 17 workers. Yeah, we get on top of the shield battery, getting on top of the pylons as well. That some awkward pathing, but yeah, this base is forfeit, and Cyan, he has to back up, he has to retreat. Retreat back to his backup gold. There we go. He's going to be resaturating his gases. Going to be main-dotting over elsewhere to another base. We do have a DT. Do we have scans? We do not have a scan. But Bunny's taking a 3rd base. And with this 3rd, Bunny, he's snowballing out of control. He's going to be up in economy. Cyan needs to make some magic happen with these Dark Templar. He's waddling in. Can he get a tank? Oh! Oh, barely not. Turret finishes up just in time. And it looks like Bunny's done it. He has stabilized. Got a good enough army out. He has combat shields alongside concussive shell, and he can just power his way through this army. Yeah, Zealots are going down. GG gets called, and Bunny will take game number 1. GG, well played. Oh my god. GG, well played. Bunny does take the first game, but that was wild. That was a wild game out of Cyan. Very unpredictable. Almost worked. Almost worked as well. I do think that Cyan was a little bit cavalier. Was just a little bit too adventurous with how he was approaching that game. Which of course led into him losing a lot of Stalkers. He bled out so many Stalkers, diving into the main, diving into the natural. A lot of damage was done to him. As a result, some of these trades weren't necessarily worth it, or were just close enough to make it worth it for Bunny instead. Likewise, yeah, it was crazy to try and take that gold. Like, the problem with taking the forward gold base that we saw is that it was so close to the main of Bunny that he could actually, it didn't take too long for him to actually try to punish it and push in, and we saw some really good trades out of Bunny, some really nasty tank positionings as well. GG, it was close. it was a close one. Part of me believes that maybe even Cyan could have kept momentum going if that drop hadn't gone out of control across the map. Remember, that drop, it killed a lot of workers, it forced a lot of warp-ins, it depowered a bunch of gateways. Like, it was getting out of hand, and if that had been cleaned up a little bit cleaner, without taking as many losses, then maybe Cyan could have kept things going. It was close, man. It was close. GG. And with that, that is game 1 of the books, and we're getting ready for game number 2. Also, I should hold on. Yeah, here we go. Beautiful. We're catching up. Did someone say chicken? Oh, let's go. For those wondering, there was a bit of a conversation going on in the chat. Earlier today, this morning actually, it was just under 5 a.m. It was like 4:30 a.m. or 4:40 a.m. One of the biggest ISPs, one of the biggest internet service providers, and like just coverage in general, they did go down. They went down this morning for the longest time, I think, in history. They were down for like over 9 hours. And it was actually a pretty big deal because it was affecting hospitals, it was affecting a lot of service jobs. It negatively impacted the country in a pretty big way. So yeah, a big portion didn't have either, it was either internet or just reception, like just service in general. So it was a pretty big deal. Was a pretty big deal, and yeah, of course I was one of the many people affected, and I didn't have internet this morning. Lovely. I was really concerned. I was really concerned that I wouldn't be able to cast KungFu Cup today. That was my biggest concern, that I wouldn't be able to cast. Thankfully, everything, I say everything, things are getting better and getting back to normal, and we're able to cast. Let's go. It's beautiful. Beautiful, happy. And here we go. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of site Delta, we have the Chinese Protoss player representing the Starving Camel, popping off in that last game, throwing a bit of a curveball out, but was not quite enough. Let's see if we can do it here in game 2. It is Cyan. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran representing Mystery Gaming, leading the series 1-0. It is Bunny. I don't know what to do about the eBay block either. Taking that Nat at the third always seems to lead to getting wrecked by a tank push or cyclones. Kind of. I mean, I think tank pushes, I think you can defend quite well against them because they take a little bit longer. But the earlier game cycle, we're seeing another eBay block, by the way. The earlier cyclone pushes are devastating. They are quite difficult to defend, which is why it's so trendy. Which is also why Cyan does come down to low ground, but oh, is he going to be pivoting back around, because the eBay block is going to be coming in and the probe is looking for a proxy. Okay, thankfully we are coming back, and scouting this early on, I believe Cyan should be able to react and should be able to pull the boys. Never mind, he's going to be forced to take the unnatural natural. A little bit too late here to stop this. Already at 50%, that is enough. That is all the Bunny needs, and now he's going to be coming in to get a scout and confirm that third base. So Cyan is forced to take the unnatural natural. Now, this isn't a death sentence, it's just difficult to defend, and there's opportunities now for Bunny to punish this base layout and punish this base location. He has the opportunity. Meanwhile, back at home, never mind, he's going for an economic opener. So to punish this, what you would do, given this opener, is you go racks into factory, you delay your expansion, you go reactor on that rack, so you go for a down swap, and you go for initial Hellions and additional Cyclones. And you just get across the map and you just punish your opponent. And we've seen that many Terran players do this. We've seen Clem do this. We've seen Cure do it as well. We can see that Bunny isn't, which I appreciate. I do like that he's mixing it up. Even though he has a really strong start, he isn't immediately trying to take advantage of Cyan yet. He's going for a bit of a later push instead. Instead, he's focusing on his economy. Reaper's moving out. Cyan setting up a proxy pylon of his own. Let's go. Reaper does, of course, confirm, and does force the Adept to stay back at home for a little bit longer. Shot does go up. Those wondering, with good enough control, Reapers do outrange Adepts, so you can just chip away at them and get a lot of damage done. Meanwhile, ooh, it is not a Stargate. I assumed it would be a proxy Stargate, but no, it's going to be a proxy gateway. That is a third gateway here back at home. So a 3-gate opener. Cyan is looking to be hyper aggressive. Not all in, just very aggressive. Reaper's going to dip on forward, is going to chip away at the probes. Here we go, back at home, we do see Bunny just getting into his 1-1-1, working towards a mine drop. Mine drop is on the way, likewise Cyan going for a Twilight Council, going for Blink. Of course, he does have the opportunity to warp in across the map. So far, he's just trying to keep up here with the units of Bunny. Reapers are moving out, so we're going to try and bypass these Adepts. There's just units all over the place. And so far, Bunny is zoned away. Cyan going for a big counterattack. We go for a big warping of Adepts as well. And here we go. We're going to be going for the mineral line. With this many Adepts, that's going to be zero mining going on here for Bunny. At the same time, the Reaper gets into the main. One probe goes down. Oh, we're going to get a second probe as well. At the same time, here come those Adepts. They get into the main base of Bunny. Oh my god. A misstep here from Bunny. This should not have happened. Widowmine goes down. Boys are being pulled. The choke point here is brutal. And SCVs are falling. Decent mine shots with these Marines. We should be able to clean this up, but we get more SCVs. We get even more SCVs, and this is a good amount of counter damage. Sad he lost, I believe, 3 probes back at home, but he gets 7 SCV kills across the map. Shade into the natural. More workers are going down. Bunny sustaining too many losses. It's 11 SCVs, 12 now. The Adepts, they shade in. They get into the main base, they do not commit. They just get more SCVs. They get more SCVs instead, 13 in total. And 2 adepts managed to shade out, and we're not done. We warp in another wave of adepts. Behind this, Blink is on the way. Robo, full saturation on 2 bases. We're working on the 3rd. Cyan is ahead economically, far ahead actually. And now the pressure is on Bunny. He's got a lib on the way. He has a drop on the way as well. The onus is on our Terran player here to get some counter damage done. But the adepts are still not done. More SCVs. 2 more workers go down. Not like this. Drop is barely spotted by Cyan. He does notice. Stalkers are repositioning. Drop is being zoned away. At the same time, though, we do have that lib. Liberator going to be rotating towards that 3rd base, but Stalkers likewise are in position. Cyan able to keep up here with everything that Bunny has. The drop as well as the lib. Back at home, he's fortifying himself. He's working on his tanks. As he works on his tanks, as he's stuck here on 2 bases, Cyan takes a 3rd. Cyan, he's just getting further and further ahead economically. And that is going to translate here in a larger army. The drop! No! Medevac barely escapes. Oh my god. Barely does make it out alive. Adept is on the way. Just getting a scout. Shouldn't commit to the shade. But you can see here we have Charge on the way. Forger +1. Robotics Bay for Colossus production. We're not there yet, but Cyan, he's getting out of control. Being ahead in economy is soon to be reflected in the army as well. And Bunny, you know, the onus was on him to get damage done, but the drop failed. The Liberator didn't get in either. We blink into the main base. This shouldn't get much done. Yeah, there's plenty of Marines in position. Ooh, 1 Stalker goes down. And not the best move out of Cyan, but only loses 1 Stalker. It could have been worse. Definitely could have been worse. So the Adept does shade in, gets 2 SCVs. Stalkers, they rotate around. Chip away at the bunker. Meanwhile, here comes that lib, and looks like Cyan, he is slow to react. Uh-oh. He's focusing on the main push, which means workers are going down. 5 probes, not bad. Bunny is pushing. Shutting down the proxy location. Meanwhile, Cyan back at home. He will have 1 Colossus for this attack. The first Colossus will come out in time. Charge is about to finish up as well. It's going to be all about the engagement, all about the fight. Bunny is pretty committed. Like, he's one of the boys. I was going to say he's borderline all in. And yep, there we go. He's completely all in at this point. One way or another, the game will end. And this makes plenty of sense. Bunny, he's too far behind. He knows that he cannot get into a longer game. It is all or nothing for Bunny. Slimming on forward. SCVs are soon to arrive. Tanks are a little bit far back, but there we go. They're going to be repositioning at the same time. We warp in across map, but we need everything back at home. Oh my god, the friendly fire! That the mine killed so many SCVs. Oh my god. It wasn't even the tank this time. Feels mine, man. The mine just, playing for the side of the Protoss. Not like this. That's pretty much every SCV gone at this point, and now we can engage. So they dive on forward. They take down one of the tanks. They take down another tank as well. The Colossi are looking a little bit exposed, but yeah, we can pull back. And Cyan, he will hold. And if you thought Bunny was all in before, I mean, there's just not much left. GG gets called, and Cyan ties up the series 1-1. We're going to the ace match. We're going all the way to game number 3. Let's go. It feels Widowmine, man. Oh my god. I mean, to be fair, even if it wasn't for that Widowmine killing so many SCVs, Cyan was in a dominant position there. He still had shield batteries to fall back to. He still had an overcharge to pop as well. Cyan was in a leading position, and just like that, we're going to the ace match. And, you know, again, mad props to Cyan. There's just something about players like Cyan, Jeshi, Silky, Firefly. Even though I would say generally, like, when it comes to them being players as a whole, Bunny is the favored player. You know, he's a more stronger, well-rounded player. There are moments where, you know, we can see some upsets in Cyan. He has some moments here where he can just spike up and really take down a perceived to be like greater player. And I think a lot of people favor Bunny here, but Cyan, he is fighting back. And here we go, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Solaris. We have the Chinese Protoss player representing the Starving Camels, SSLT. It is Cyan. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player representing Mystery Gaming. It is Bunny. Let us go. Yeah, as is being said in the chat, 100%. Like, the Colossus would have killed the boys anyway. So like, even if there wasn't friendly fire, Cyan probably would have held. But you know, it's still a fun moment to watch. Yeah. It didn't help, is what I'm trying to say. It didn't help. As we're getting into game number 2, the ace match between these two. And we'll see if Cyan can cause the upset. Can he go further? Taking a game off of Bunny is good, but can he take a series? And this time, no eBay block. This time, the SCV is staying at home, which makes sense. The rush distance by ground on Solaris is longer, so the likelihood of you getting across the map unscouted and getting your SCV here with that eBay is a little bit lower. And Cyan, he goes straight for that expansion. Interesting, Cyan going for a gate expand instead of a gate cyber expand, which is a little bit more commonplace in this matchup. Just making sure that he gets his base on location. SCV comes in for a scout, and will of course confirm the opener of Cyan. Likewise, Bunny also going for an economic opener, going for a Rax into CC. Single gas opener here by Bunny, so very economic. So things are going to calm down a little bit here in the early game. A little bit, because yo, this probe, we'll keep an eye on him. Keep an eye on this worker as Reaper will come across it. Bunny was aware of its kind of positioning here and its pathing, and he's going to make sure that there was no proxy pylon, that there was no proxy gateway either. So Bunny just making sure that he is safe and sound as he did hunt down that probe. And back at home, talking about economic and safe openers, Cyan is going to be going for a sentry as well. Now with this sentry, of course, it does grant you access to hallucination, which means you're going to get a full scout of your opponent to see if they're going for something like a 3-Rax or a 2-1-1, or if they prioritize their starport or even their factory or Rax production. So Cyan just being very safe and secure here in his follow-up, as behind this he is going for a Twilight Council opener. The other tech of choice is going to be a Twilight Council. Here we go. Meanwhile, Bunny going for a 1-1-1 in his main base. So everything looking as it should. I guess what's interesting here is that Bunny is not going into Widow Mines. He's going into a Hellion first. Okay, there we go. I was like, is he going to make any mines? Mines are on the way. He makes one Hellion to join that Reaper to get across the map to get some scanning information. Hallucination comes in, does confirm the production and the add-ons. So far, a very safe start here from Cyan, getting into the rest of his gateways. What's important to take note of is that this is going to be not just a blink opener, but a 3-gate blink opener, 2 gateways in the natural, 1 gateway in the main, which does mean that Cyan can be a little bit more aggressive here. There are different variations of blink openers. There's 2-gate, 3-gate, and 4 gates. With 3 gates, you know, middle of the ground, should be looking to expand, but oh, is going to be delayed. Is going to be denied. Cyan, of course, is going for an extra warp in of Stalkers. Should be shutting down these units and should be expanding behind this as well. Up! Oh my god. Bunny getting a second probe. Oh my god, he's being so annoying with this Reaper delaying the expansion for so long. Not the biggest of deals, but a good like 10-15 second delay. As well as killing 2 workers at the same time. Here comes that Widow Mine drop. Only 2 mines, but they get across the map. Cyan was distracted by the Reaper. And his Stalkers are in position. 1 Widow Mine will burrow here in the main base. Does get one probe. Second Widow Mine goes into the natural. Likewise, good reaction out of Cyan. Also only gets one probe. Good defense so far. Shuts down the medevac as well. No. But one Widow Mine will be able to scuttle away. Get out of here, Papa. Get out of here. He will be able to waddle back home here using the speed zones. And I think he will escape. Oh, no! Oh, was stuck for a moment. It does go down. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. Does go down in the end. So a good cleanup overall. Meanwhile, Hellion slips in. The Stalkers are out of position. And we will get one probe. Not bad. One probe. Hellions, they do get outscaled over the course of the game. We do manage to slip in, and oh my god. Yeah, Interference Matrix has been researched. Was spotted by Cyan. He's aware. And that won't stop him from getting into Colossus. There's a Bay on the way. Charge. Third base is getting up and running and getting saturated. We're getting into the mid-game. We are getting into that mid-game. Raven is moving out. Was spotted by Cyan. He's getting in position. Going to try and shut it down ahead of time. And it looks like he should be able to. God, he's looking for that Raven. Desperately so. He pulls back. No, he pulls back just at the wrong moment. And he could have caught this Raven. Alas, it will make it into that mineral line. Ay. He was so close. He was right here. Alas, we get a Raven harassed towards the south. That is going to pull away the attention. Raven into the third base as well. Probes are going down. Oh my god. 6 of them. 5 of them even. There we go. A 6th as well. And both Ravens will survive. That is unfortunate for Cyan. He was ready for it, at least for one of them. But in the end, he was ready for none of them. And here comes the push. Here comes the push right through the center. Tank, Widowmine, Marines as well. Stim, Combat Shields, and +1 are going to line up. A very strong timing for Bunny. I must call him Bunny again. God damn it. And here comes that push again. All these upgrades have lined up. Charge is going to be done as well. I believe we're going to have one Colossus in position, as the Raven will still barely escape. There it is. We have our first Colossus out already. But is it enough? We have the scam. The Colossus! No! It was left idle, and it's gonna go down. A big pickoff here from Bunny, and that may just be too much. Colossus goes down. We gain access to the natural. We blink before we take down the tank at least. Tank goes down, but there's just so much Marine Marauder. Yeah, we dive into the natural. We ignore the main army. We go straight for the Robo, and the second Colossus will not come out. And this push has already done so much damage. And we want some more. We want the Immortal. Overcharges popped. We're not going to get the Immortal at least. But Cyan has taken a lot of losses here. He's getting into double Robo production to make up for this. Meanwhile, Bunny's just rallying across the map. He has a minefield set up as well. He does have that minefield set up, and we're going to be forced to kite back here towards these reinforcements. Cyan, he can't overextend. He has to back up. And he's going to be losing a lot of these Zealots. Immortal is going to get targeted down, and this is just snowballing out of control. Too many losses too quickly. And Bunny, he just needs to consolidate his army and just keep on pushing. We still don't have a Colossus. We do. Oh my god. Even get some disruption in the main.
Mineral field
the mines. We're trying to force some friendly fire. We do manage to get some damage done on the Marauders. But the Zealots go down, and Bunny, he's just snowballing out of control. Losing the first Colossus was huge. Imagine this defense with one Colossus, and we would have held quite easily, to be honest. Would have been a completely different game. But alas, Bunny does have too much here. The Marauders, the Mines, they're resetting as well. We're getting extra hits in. And Cyan is running out of room. He pulls back to his main base, which means he exposes his natural. The Mines are even covering the ramp. Oh no! Oof. Yeah, they're going to be taking down the Zealots at least. It was a good effort, a strong effort here from Cyan, but it just barely wasn't enough. GG gets called, and Bunny will take the series 2-1, advancing on to the next round. GG. GG, well played. Oh. GG, as Bunny will take the series 2-1, advancing on to that next round. And Cyan, he's going to be bowing out here. It is single elimination, and Cyan will be eliminated from the tournament. My condolences to Cyan, but a good effort nonetheless. You know, really entertaining game 1. Game 1 was wild. Game 2 was impressive, and here in game 3 was close. It was close, right? There were just these little things that just didn't go Cyan's way when it comes to shutting down the Raven, for example, or having that Colossus exposed as well. These small mistakes, they can snowball out of control. They can lead into a victory for the opposing player, and yeah, just got out of hand in the end. And now we can take a moment here to go over the bracket and try to catch up on what has been going on.